As you can see, we're on the Michigan Legislature website, and we're going to read a small portion of a state statute regarding firearms. And then we're going to compare that to our state constitution.
Except as otherwise provided in this act, a person shall not purchase, carry, possess, or transport a pistol in this state without first having obtained a license for the pistol as prescribed in this section.
So that's telling us that we have to have permission from the state in the form of a license in order to purchase or carry a pistol. So let's go to our state constitution. And our Declaration of Rights is found in Article 1. This is where we'll see some of our rights specifically listed.
Every person has a right to keep and bear arms for the defense of himself and the state.
Okay, so this is quite a contrast to the statute. Remember, the statute said we had to have permission from the state in the form of a license. And the Constitution simply says that we have the right to keep and bear arms. So those two things go against one another. How do we know which one is superior? Well, first of all, let's go to Article 11, Section 1, and we'll see that all of our officials have to swear this oath.
All officers, legislative, executive, and judicial, before entering upon the duties of their respective offices, shall take and subscribe the following oath or affirmation. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of, according to the best of my ability.
Okay. So after reading that, you would certainly think that legislators would take the Constitution into consideration before they make laws, just to make sure they're not stepping out of line. But that obviously must not be happening. So obviously our forefathers knew that this sort of thing could take place. To help clarify that, we'll go to Article 3 and Section 7.
The common law and the statute laws now in force, not repugnant to this Constitution, shall remain in force until they expire by their own limitations or are changed, amended, or repealed. So repugnant means incompatible or inconsistent. So this is basically saying that any law which isn't consistent with the Constitution is not in force.
Right. So any laws passed that are not in line with this Constitution are obviously not legitimate laws. So why would our legislators even pass laws that go against our constitutional rights? Well, I think it's very likely that most of them swear an oath to the Constitution and they've never even read it. I think it's also very possible that some of them do know the constitutions and they hide that knowledge for their own personal gain. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. No matter what their excuses are, I believe that the biggest reason is that the people don't regularly read their constitutions and they don't understand them very well.
I have to agree with that. I don't think I ever looked at the Michigan State Constitution until this last year. So I'm just as guilty as anyone for not recognizing my duty as one of the people to understand, how our government's supposed to work and to hold our officials accountable, at least ask questions. So let's look at it like this. Let's say we own a business and we hire some people to manage our business for us. And we expect that they're going to do a good job for us and that they're going to understand the operating procedures of how the company is supposed to work. But yet we don't really know, as the owners of the company, what the operating procedures are very well ourselves. Well, the same thing's true with our government. We hire people, we elect people, and we expect them to know not only what our rights are, but what their limitations are, when we don't really know what they are either, because we don't read the operating procedures, which is found in our constitutions. So I think really in order to remedy this situation with what I'll call out of control government, whether it's a local, a state, or federal level. I think most of it's out of control. I think to remedy that situation, it starts with us just taking some time, maybe a little bit of time every day, to start learning what our constitutions have to say. Federal Constitution is important, of course, but our state constitution is where a lot of the information is really found that we need as the people. So
If a nation expects to be ignorant and free in a state of civilization, it expects what never was and never will be. Thomas Jefferson.